Hello, everyone. My name is Eric, and today I'm joined by Marcelle Dubé, whose story Identity Withheld has been nominated for Crime Writers of Canada's Award of Excellence for Best Novella category. Welcome, Marcelle, and thank you for agreeing to do this interview today.
Thanks very much, Eric. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I have a couple of compliments that I want to give you. So first off, I love the title, Identity Withheld. Setting up the mystery right from the beginning, 2 words. So I'm assuming that it's your protagonist, Cleo, who's having her identity withheld. So what could you tell us about her and your story?
Well, I think it's more likely her parents who have their identity withheld, and Cleo too, but that's incidental. She's a young woman. She's at university in BC, and she has decided that that's where she's staying because she's really sick of her parents schlepping from one place to another all her life. She's never been anywhere longer than 6 or 7 months. So that's it. She's finished with their nomad life. And she's always wondered why they chose that kind of life, because it doesn't feel like it comes naturally to them. And she suspects that they did something that they're running away from. But she just doesn't know. Yeah, secrets.
The basis of every good mystery.
Yep.
Now, I read your bio, and you lived in a number of provinces and territories. You started in Quebec, you lived in the Yukon, now live in Alberta. But this story, Identity Withheld, is set in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I was wondering why you want to set your story in the East Coast.
Well, I have a connection with New Brunswick. I have family there, and I was actually born in New Brunswick. But Fredericton, I love Fredericton. My sister moved there some time ago, and I've been there several times. And I actually thought of moving down there and living there because I like the town so much. But in the end, Alberta is where they grow their grandchildren. So this is where I came.
Makes sense. Okay, second compliment then. I don't tell this to everybody, but when I do, it's because I love your cover. So let me just show your cover here.
Thank you.
Oh, should be a little bit bigger so people can see it. Wait. So I also went on your website and saw that you had several beautiful covers. Do you make them yourself, or do you hire someone?
I make them myself. I would say 98% of the covers are all mine. Like this one in particular, the image had a ghost in the back of the car. Well, that wasn't going to work. So I asked my good friend, Karen Abrahamson, fellow writer, to erase it for me because, you know, I only know so much about this stuff. And she's a whiz. So she erased the ghost, and there you have it.
Beautiful. Yeah, there's something speaks to you with that cover too, though. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. We should also probably talk about your other series, the Mendenhall mystery series. At first glance, I thought Mendenhall was the name of your title character, which we often do, but a little research showed me that it's actually the setting. And it's about an entire police station. So what can you tell me about that series?
Well, I wrote the first book, The Shoeless Kid, as a one-off, never once considering that it would be a series. And then I liked the characters so much, I decided to write another one. And now I'm 6 books in. So Mendenhall is this fictitious town. It's in between Brandon and Winnipeg. And it's an area that I'm familiar with because I lived there for a few years. And again, loved it. I mean, there's nowhere in Canada that I've lived that I haven't loved. So there's always something wonderful in each area. So I loved the prairies. And I based the police station on the military police station that I was assigned to these many decades ago. And so that's my fictitious town, my fictitious police station, and all my fictitious people in town.
Perfect. No, that was that's a novel. You're nominated today for the novella, but
Yeah.
you've also write short stories, and this is
Yeah.
actually your second time being nominated for a Crime Writers Canada Award of Excellence. Last year,
I
you
know.
actually
How
won
cool
it.
was that, eh?
Yeah. So you won for your short story Cold Wave, printed in Crime Wave. So what can you tell us about that story, and how can we still find that story?
Yeah, it's in the anthology, the first anthology of the Canada West chapter of Sisters in Crime, and we're actually issuing our second anthology in October called Women of a Certain Age, and it's got twice as many stories as the first one. And in the first one, my story was called Cold Wave, and it was set in the Yukon, and it was about this a young woman who was skiing to join her friends, and then the temperature drops and she realizes that her friends are being held hostage. So it's a bit of a suspense as well as a mystery and a survival story.
Mm. Do you have a favorite length? You seem to write in all sorts.
Well,
Like the meat of a novel, or just some stories are just meant to be
novellas
shorter?
are not a natural length for me. And usually, I always thought of myself as a novelist, but over the years, I had ideas for stories that really wouldn't fit a novel, so they became short stories, and I grew to really like the form. So now I'm writing short stories as well.
Yeah, I'm a fan of novellas myself.
Oh, yeah,
It just cuts to the meat of the story, right? So
yeah. It's a nice meaty length, you know. It's not as short as a short story, but you don't have to invest as much time as a novel. So I like the novella.
well, I think I'm going to enjoy reading yours. I couldn't help but look it up on Amazon. It's like, gotta read that one. So good luck, Marcel, for the awards on May 26th. Perhaps
Thank
you'll
you.
bring home a second trophy.
Well, it's a bit much to hope for, but you can hope.
You can help. Thank you very much, and thank you
Thanks.
everyone for watching. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.